I'm very upset. I am very upset. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be breaking down all the fights that happened. Not all the fights. I'm gonna be breaking down the main card. Actually, going through my notes that I took through the main card. But I will be talking about most of the prelim fights, just brief talking. And I am upset because my boy Obon Elliott, man, he was winning the fight, dude. He was piecing up my guy Jonathan McAuliffe. And bro, as soon as this dude got a takedown, he just got submitted. Just like that, dude. It's like that. The dream was over. And I was so sad, man. Yeah, so the last video I posted, I'm deleting it. You're not gonna be able to see it no more. So yeah, just forget everything, all the Obon Elliott glaze I was doing over there. But banger card that we had this Saturday. It was really good. A lot of some good finishes, some questionable fights, and yeah, man. One that I do want to talk about is Nakamura and Zalay. This fight, I feel like both of these fighters, this was part of the road to the UFC fights, like the winners. And yeah, Nakamura knocked this guy out with a brutal knee. I don't get how, like, I tried doing what this guy did with his knee. His knee was all the way up. He was just standing straight up. He threw that knee, and Zalay was just like standing. He was just like, defending. And then that knee came up as he was like standing straight. He wasn't even like, he didn't dip down. And I tried doing that, and I'm like, how flexible do you have to be to get your knee that far up? Like, that just shows these guys are just different. But no, Nakamura was getting pieced up the first 2 rounds, so he needed this knockout to win, or else he was definitely gonna lose, unless he knocked him out, which he did. But yeah, no, it was a crazy knockout. I feel like both of these fighters need a contract. Nakamura obviously is going to get a contract because he won the featherweight championship of the road to the UFC. But Zalay definitely displayed that he is UFC worthy, and I do want to see him in the UFC. I was a really big fan of him. These fights, I mean, nothing really much. This Kanofli and Yiza fight, pretty sure this was a robbery. Yeah, somebody scored it as like might be getting the fights mixed up. But no, I'm pretty sure this fight was a robbery. I'm pretty sure somebody scored it as a draw, which I don't get. I'm pretty sure Yiza won 2 of the 3 rounds. But I don't know, man. Yeah, we're gonna skip past this Obon Elliott fight. Jacob Malkoun and Torres Finney. Torres Finney was undefeated going into this, and this was a short notice fight. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be fighting Justin Taffa, I'm pretty sure, or Junior. No, because Junior, yeah, he was supposed to be fighting Justin Taffa, but Jacob Malkoun stepped in on short notice and absolutely destroyed this guy, Torres Finney. Torres Finney is literally just this big, brolic black dude that loves to throw you around the cage. That's literally all they showed on the fight highlights before, whenever they're like trying to hype up the fight and shit like that. This guy was just throwing people left and right. But I didn't realize his stand up or his like defense is so terrible. Jacob Malkoun, literally all he had to do was just throw a jab and it would just go right through his guard. And because he would be like this, like his hands aren't even like, he's like guarding the sides of his face like this. And then just all this shit is just open for the fucking jab. And yeah, and he didn't implement the wrestling at all. The only times he would try to take him down was whenever he would get hurt. He got hurt a lot that fight, and yeah, that was a very comfortable decision from Jacob Malkoun. Glad I didn't bet on that fight. because I don't know. But this is also a very good fight. Cam Roston literally just destroyed Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is such a terrible fighter, man. Such a bad fighter. He wasn't listening to his coaches at all. He just sits there and takes the fucking beating. This guy fought on UFC 300, the biggest pay-per-view that we have seen in recent time. They always go off, and this guy was fighting on that card. Like the UFC always loves to stack the 100, 200, 300 cards. Yeah, and this blob was on there. But yeah, Junior Taffa, Billy Elicana. I was shitting on Junior Taffa before this fight, but no, this guy actually he showed that he has pretty decent boxing. But yeah, no, Billy Elicana won the first round, I'm pretty sure, and then yeah, second round, it got to the ground, and yeah, immediately Junior Taffa just gave up his neck, and Billy Elicana got the rear naked choke and submitted him. So yeah, Junior Taffa, he's still bad, but I feel like he's improving still. He's just not good on the ground at all. But yeah, now we're gonna get into the main card. This is where I got all my notes. You see, I'm a hardcore, as you guys can see. All of you guys are on JV right now. I'm helping you guys to get up to varsity. Okay, that's why this channel is called JV MMA. But yeah, so Willin Salkeld, he's exactly what we think he is. He's hyped up for a reason. He got performance of the night for a reason. He is a prospect for a reason. This guy, they don't even have the shit loaded up. That's how fast this fight was. No, Quillen Salkeld is a monster everywhere the fight goes, and I didn't even know that he had that good of wrestling. This guy wrestle fucked Jamie Malarkey and submitted him very easily. And one thing I didn't know is that way back in their day, Jamie Malarkey fought Alexander Volkanovski and got knocked out. I never knew that. I just saw that like a clip of that on Instagram this morning, and I was like, what the fuck? I never knew that. But no, Willin Salkeld is amazing, and him showing the wrestling skills that he has, this guy can go far, really far in the lightweight division. But I don't want them to rush him like they did with Paddy Pimblett. I want them to give him like matchups that'll build him up, but don't go straight up to fucking give him a top 5 opponent. Don't do that shit. Yeah, no, he's 100% gonna go very far in the lightweight division, and I'm very excited. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of people say that they want him against Michael Chandler. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. He will destroy Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is just a punching bag. And yeah, man, very good fight. Love this guy. Next fight. I'm hesitant to even talk about this fight. Do not let the total strikes and the takedowns and the significant strikes deceive you. This was the worst fight I have seen in recent time. And I never want to see either of these guys in the UFC ever again. Taliesin Teixeira, terrible performance. Tai Tuivasa, even worse performance. Tai Tuivasa is just a fat blob who just has no cardio. He has a good chin, and that's all he has. Literally all that he has going for him. Anytime Tai Tuivasa, okay, I'm probably shitting on Tai Tuivasa too much. Tai Tuivasa, he's explosive for 10 seconds, and then he gasses out. And then he's like, He goes, oh, crazy combo, crazy combo. Tyson Teixeira's hurt. He goes in for the clinch. Tuivasa, every time he hurt Tyson Teixeira, he would just clinch and let Tyson Teixeira, um, like get his cardio back and recover from the hits that he took from Tai Tuivasa. And then then once he recovers, Tyson Teixeira comes back and just picks apart Tai Tuivasa, and then he goes for a takedown, gets it, and Tyson Teixeira is pretty good with the ground and pound. There was a minute in there where he didn't do anything; he was just laying on him, and I thought that was weird. But other than that, he was doing pretty good with the ground and pound. But yeah, both of these guys, by the end of the first round, by the end of the first 5 minutes, both of them were gassed out. Tyson Teixeira, neither of these guys after the fight stopped because they were on the ground whenever the fight ended. They just both sat there. They couldn't even get up. They were that tired. You guys train every day for I don't know how many years, and you can't go 15 minutes, let alone 5. After 5, you're gassed out from barely doing anything. I don't want to see these guys ever again. This was the worst fight I have seen, and I'm not even joking. You can watch it back if you want. I do not recommend it. You will puke. And it's a very bad look for the heavyweight division because that's what most of these fights are. You hardly ever see any good fights with the heavyweight division. And nobody's going to be excited about Tyson Teixeira after this. I thought that he was going to KO this guy, or not KO this guy, but pick apart Tai Tuivasa and, implement that, he still got it. That the Derek Lewis knockout was a fluke, and, it was just bad game planning, bad defense in the moment. But no, I don't want to see this guy ever again. Moving on, the one fight I got wrong besides Oban Elliott. So what did we go? We went 4-2, 4-1 if we don't want to include the Oban Elliott. Which I mean I wouldn't include it because it wasn't on the main card, but whatever y'all want. 4-2 is still not bad. Hey, I'm getting close to the 5-0. Hey, but at least me and my cousin hit a parlay, so that's all that matters. We had like a bunch of different parlays, but we good. But hey, Rafael Fiziev, still very good. He was showing that he's got it. Both of these guys are very good. Rafael Fiziev is really good Muay Thai. But no, Mauricio Rufy, he definitely showed that he's a very good striker. I don't remember if these guys went to the ground, but Rufy was being a lot more patient in these fights, and both of them, Mauricio Rufy was being way more patient in this fight, and both of these guys were really fast. I saw that round 1 was very close. I don't remember who I was swaying more towards. It might have been Fiziev, but that could have just been biased because I wanted him to win, so I don't know. But yeah, no, Rufy is just really good with the counters. He hit Fiziev with a straight or a cross, and dropped Fiziev, and then he just went in for the kill, man. But yeah, no, very good performance from Mauricio Rufy. I want to see this guy go up in the rankings. Obviously, I don't know who he should fight, but he beats a lot of the guys. The loss against BSD is just a learning thing, man. Like, you gotta lose sometimes to be able to grow. And I think that's what all the fighting nerds are doing. All of the fighting nerds, they were all undefeated in the UFC. And then in the same year, last year, all 4 of them lost. But now all of them are bouncing back, except for Kyle Borralho. He hasn't fought yet, but he has a fight booked against Rainer de Ritter, which I do think Caio is going to win. Even though I am a Rainer de Ritter Glazer, I do think Caio Borralho is going to win. Anyways, enough of that. Dan Hooker and Benoit Saint Denis. BSD God of War. Very good fight. Both of these guys, like I said, they love fighting. Hooker is really fast with the kickboxing. I remember that he was hitting BSD with some crazy body shots over and over again, and it was hurting BSD a lot. But yeah, no. There was a point where they were in 69 position, live on Paramount Plus. I didn't know we could go on Paramount Plus for that shit, but evidently you can. And yeah, Denis, what I saw was he was good with the blitzing in round 1, and he took the body kicks well, but he learned from it. Like he learned what Dan Hooker was doing to make him land and shit like that, and then he adjusted, and it stopped. Yeah, what Denis started doing in round 2 was he was wrestling more that round, and yeah, BSD literally had Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker was letting BSD do whatever he wanted to him on the ground. I thought that Dan Hooker would have, learned a little bit more, done a little bit more grappling, improved in his grappling more after the Arman Tsarukyan lost, which, I mean, you can't blame him. It was only 2 months. Because he fought Arman Tsarukyan in November, I'm pretty sure. Or December. November or December, something like that. But, yeah, no. BSD has crazy good ground and pound, crazy good grappling. And, yeah, no. Dan Hooker just couldn't take the shots anymore. I'm pretty sure Dan Hooker was flat on his back, and BSD was just laying down the shots. And yep, I've had to stop it. I mean, you can't just let this guy keep doing the same shit over and over again, just laying this guy out. You can't even defend all of them. So, but yeah, no. BSD, I hate how this guy is like top 6 now. I don't want to see this guy fight any of the guys that are in the top 5. Like, I don't want to see BSD versus Max. I don't want to see BSD versus Charles versus Arman. I feel like that would be a good fight for Arman. And Arman, I do think will destroy. I just feel like everybody in the top 5 destroys BSD because, I mean, even though he's finishing these guys, he's on like a 4-fight winning streak. He doesn't have the best defense. He's got good takedowns, good ground and pound and shit like that, but everybody in the top 5 has been there and done that. Like, I don't think he's touching the top 5. And if he does, fair play, man. Like, what can you do? But no, I'm excited for this guy. I would have never expected that this guy would be in the top 6. After what what's his face? Dustin Poirier did to him, knocking him out and shit like that. And also he got a doctor stoppage against Renato Moicano. But yeah. Now, are you not entertained? Why are people doubting Volkanovski? The odds were so close. Did you not see how the first fight played out? This was worse. This was worse than the first fight. And that's what I said. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. Volkanovski or Diego Lopes is going to be way more patient, which he was. And that's just his downfall. You're good because you're this person who takes all these shots and gives them back. You know you're able to take the shots. Diego Lopes knows he's got a crazy good chin, which he does, because Alexander Volkanovski was piecing this guy up all 5 rounds. By the way, I scored this fight 50-45. even though Volkanovski got dropped pretty bad, he was able to get right back up and just like act like nothing happened. I thought it was a slip whenever it happened. I didn't even notice that he got knocked down. That's how fast he recovered, and he was just in it. Um, but yeah, no, Diego Lopes is the type of fighter where he knows he can eat shots, and he has the power to like to make you not be able to eat the shots, if that makes sense. Like he can eat shots, but he knows you can't eat his shots. Um, that's what we saw with the knockdown. Same thing happened even on the first fight when he knocked down Alexander Volkanovski. But no, Volkanovski was using his leg kicks really, really well. Um, and he was just countering Diego the whole time. Volkanovski jumped the fucking gilly in round 2, and that was so peak. Dude, I was sitting there doing the absolute cinema shit. That was beautiful, and I loved that. And it was so close too. It was so close. But no, man, Diego has such a good chin, and his footwork is also good. I would like to see a little bit more head movement because, like I said, he just eats shots and then throws some back, praying that he lands, praying that he lands and that you're not gonna be able to eat his shots. But yeah, no. What dropped Volkanovski in round 2 was Diego just had a good counter. Volkanovski was blitzing in, and then Diego Lopes just hit him with a hook, and then it was just like, and then right back up, literally like that. And it was crazy. Oh yeah, I'm glad I put this on my notes. I hate how Diego Lopes, anytime he gets hurt, anytime Volkanovski would hit him with a good jab, a good straight, a good counter, a good leg kick, Diego Lopes sits there like this. Stop doing that shit, dude. Nobody cares if you think that you didn't get hurt. You clearly did. Shaking your head no is not gonna fucking do anything. Stop it. I don't get what the point is. It was pissing me off because he does it every time he gets hurt. Like, dude, and I could just be hating, but I don't get it. Just keep your mind on the fight. It feels like you're just worried about the shots. Like, you're just worried about how you look. And that's one thing I don't like about Diego Lopes. Everything else is beautiful. Everything else, he is, what just happened? He is still a top 5 guy. He's going to be in the top 5 for a long time. He has potential to be champion after Volkanovski. But I just don't like that part that he does. And he was doing that a lot with this fight. Volkanovski rocked Diego in late round 4 with a good combo. Yeah, like we just saw a bunch of good combos from Volkanovski and counters from Volkanovski this entire fight. And I'm pretty sure Diego Lopes was limping in round 5. I'm pretty sure he said he broke both of his feet. I don't know how. I don't think this guy threw any leg kicks or anything like that. Could have been Volk doing that shit or whatever. But yeah, even God, look over here. He's got a big ass lump right here. Shit might have been before the fight. Damn. Hey, but yeah, man, Volkanovski is just better. It's just as simple as that. Just like the Max Holloway. As much as I hate to say it, this guy beat Max Holloway 3 times in a row, and yeah, he was just better than Max Holloway. He's just better than Diego Lopes. The only loss this guy has taken is to Ilia Topuria, who is now number 2 in the pound and knocking everybody out. So you can't hold that against him. He tied Jose Aldo for the most title fights in featherweight history. I personally think Alexander Volkanovski is the greatest featherweight that we have seen. I just feel like prime Volk versus Prime Jose. Ooh, that is a fantasy fight that would have been a banger. But I feel like Volk would beat him, you know? And, you know, Volkanovski having all these decision wins, it can look bad because he is kind of a decision merchant, but all of them are just so entertaining. Like, you would think that, you know, you want to see knockouts and submissions and head kicks and fucking just brutal overhands and leaving the guy like that. No, Volkanovski makes these rounds or all of his fights fun for the entire fight. Like the entire thing is just always so fun. And that's why he's a fan favorite. That's why he's the GOAT of the featherweight. And yeah, man, I want to see Alexander Volkanovski against Lerone Murphy. If Lerone Murphy fights Evloev, then I say Alexander Volkanovski just waits. Um, he's waited a long time before. Hopefully they could, if they do book that fight, hopefully they book it soon so that we could see Alexander Volkanovski fight again before the end of the year. Maybe like, I don't know, September, October, November, something like that. But yeah, man. Crazy good card. Some questionable fights, like I said. Tai Tuivasa, Talison Teixeira, absolute abysmal fight. But hey, I ain't complaining. Every single time that there's a UFC fight, I'm there. I love this shit, man. I'm so happy that I actually got into this sport because yeah, it just excites me every single weekend. Um, and yeah, man, it excites me so much that I made a fucking YouTube channel on it. I never would have thought that I'd been doing YouTube on UFC. I used to look at this shit and I'm like, why would people watch this? But no, this is amazing. Amazing sport. You can see how characters grow, you can see people's stories and shit like that. It's just beautiful. It's absolute cinema, dude. But yeah, man, that was the breakdown for UFC 325. Next, I'm pretty sure we have Mario Batista and Vinicius Oliveira. It's just a regular fight night. I'm pretty sure it's in the Apex. But yeah. I'm gonna be doing a breakdown video of that or a prediction video of that. I am gonna be trying to do like some other content. I want to do like a tier list maybe soon. I'll try to make a video tomorrow and see because I don't have work tomorrow. So yeah, I'll try to do a tier list video on something. I don't know what, but shit, we'll figure it out. Hey, but I appreciate you guys for watching. You know, thank you for the support. Like and subscribe, and you know, thank you. Bye.